Around the world, every day brings new surprises. But some events are so strange, so shocking, that they leave us questioning the very fabric of reality. Today, we're diving into some of the most bizarre and unbelievable accidents from across the globe. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. The Tunguska Explosion, Russia. Our first story takes us back to the early 20th century in the heart of Siberia. Picture this. June 30, 1908, a peaceful morning in the remote forests of Tunguska. Without any warning, a massive explosion rocked the region, flattening over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Trees were knocked down like matchsticks, and the sound of the blast was heard over 500 miles away. But the strangest part? No one could explain what had caused such a devastating accident. For decades, scientists were baffled. Was it a meteor? A comet? Or something even more mysterious? The lack of a crater or any significant debris only added to the confusion. Some conspiracy theories even suggested alien involvement. But most now believe it was a comet or asteroid that exploded mid-air, causing what we now know as the Tunguska event. Even over a century later, it remains one of the most bizarre accidents in history. 2. The Boston Molasses Disaster, USA. Next, we travel to Boston, Massachusetts, where one of the strangest and stickiest accidents in history took place. It was January 15, 1919, a cold winter day. In the north end of Boston, a giant tank containing over 2 million gallons of molasses stood ominously. No one could have predicted what would happen next. Without warning, the tank exploded, sending a tidal wave of thick, sticky molasses rushing through the streets at a speed of 35 miles per hour. Buildings were destroyed, and tragically, 21 people lost their lives, while over 150 were injured. Some say it took months to clean the sticky mess from the streets. The cause? It turned out that the tank had structural issues, and a combination of poor maintenance and pressure from the molasses inside caused the deadly rupture. A simple tank of molasses turning into a fatal disaster. Truly one of the oddest accidents in history. 3. The Great Emu War, Australia. Let's move to Australia, where one of the strangest wars ever recorded wasn't fought between humans, but against emus. Yes, you heard that right. In 1932, Australia declared war on emus, the large flightless birds native to the country. After World War I, farmers in Western Australia struggled with a growing emu population that was destroying crops. The government decided to take action, sending soldiers equipped with machine guns to fight the birds. But the emus proved to be more elusive than expected. Despite several attempts, the soldiers were unable to control the emus. The birds were too fast and intelligent, often running in zigzag patterns to avoid gunfire. After a few months, the government admitted defeat, and the emus were declared the unofficial winners of the war. This bizarre event is still remembered today as one of the strangest conflicts in history. 4. The Dyatlov Pass incident, Russia. We now return to Russia, where one of the most mysterious and unsettling accidents occurred in 1959. 9 experienced hikers set out to explore the Ural Mountains in the dead of winter. Days later, their bodies were found scattered across a remote mountain pass, known today as Dyatlov Pass. The circumstances were chilling. Their tent had been slashed open from the inside, as if they had tried to escape something in a panic. Some of the bodies showed signs of severe trauma, fractures and internal injuries, but no external wounds. Even more bizarre, some of the hikers were found without shoes or proper winter clothing, and traces of radiation were found on their clothes. Theories about what happened range from an avalanche to military testing, and even UFO encounters. But to this day, no one knows for sure what caused these 9 people to flee their tent in such a state of terror. It remains one of the most haunting mysteries of the 20th century. 5. The Lake Nyos disaster, Cameroon. Finally, we travel to Cameroon, where a natural disaster of epic proportions took place in 1986. Lake Nyos, a serene crater lake, suddenly became the source of one of the deadliest accidents in modern history. In the early hours of August 21, an enormous cloud of carbon dioxide erupted from the lake, silently suffocating over 1,700 people in nearby villages. Livestock were also killed, and for miles around, life seemed to stop in an instant. The cause of the disaster? Scientists believe volcanic activity beneath the lake led to the buildup of CO2, which was suddenly released in a deadly burst. This invisible killer caught everyone off guard, making it one of the strangest and most tragic natural accidents ever recorded. From mysterious explosions to molasses floods and battles against emus, the world is full of strange and shocking accidents. These events remind us that sometimes, reality can be far stranger than fiction. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more unbelievable stories from around the globe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay